Here is how to be successful in any tactical first-person shooter game that you play. There's multiple things that we're gonna talk about that are gonna give you some success in tactical first-person shooters. Games like Escape from Tarkov, Hell Let Loose, Insurgency Sandstorm, Squad, Rising Storm 2, Ready or Not, Beyond the Wire. Even though this is a large group of games that fit within that tactical first-person shooter genre, we're gonna take a look at a broad picture on what almost every single one of these games has in common to help improve your gameplay. The first tip is flanking. Utilize those flanks. I see too often that people love to push and take the most direct path of travel every single time. They end up dying and losing lives, respawns, tickets for the team, and thus they're being detrimental to that team's success. Or in your case, your KD. Most tactical first-person shooters have multiple areas to push from. Rather than taking the most direct and quickest path, take that extra time and utilize those left and right flanks to surprise the enemy, or cut off their ability to push in different directions. This works for both attacking and defending different areas. This also does rely on some element pushing from the direct path in order for there to be less enemy positions and movement on said flanks. So attacking on those flanks isn't always a given, and it isn't easy, which is why you need to utilize my next point, grenades. Be sure to use some type of grenade before making a push, whether it be smoke grenades or fragmentation grenades. Smoke grenades are great because they provide concealment or something that obscures the enemy's ability to see you. However, this does not give you, obviously, cover or something that stops bullets or shrapnel. I always tell people to equip smoke grenades. They can be used as distractions as well as pulling the enemy's eyes away from the position that you're currently at. Now, fragmentation grenades are great for damage or scaring the enemy out of their position. Tactical first-person shooter games are all about who has a better angle of attack. So explosives of any kind are a huge advantage in shaking the enemy up and making them uncomfortable. Now, this next one, formational movements, something that a lot of people will not understand if you're playing with randoms. If you have a team that you play with, you guys and gals can hammer this out and maybe learn from it. Or if people understand military doctrine, then this would be a good one. This all comes straight from military doctrine, and I have friends who utilize this while playing Tarkov and Squad, and it helps them out tremendously. Spacing is incredibly important, so one explosive doesn't take the entire team out in one go. 15 to 20 meters, depending, of course, how many teammates you have, is beneficial in not allowing multiple accurate shots on your team as well. Being close and being within 5 to 10 meters of each other makes it easier for someone to take out your team. Not just from explosives, but also from somebody being able to move quickly between targets with their guns. Moving in certain formations is advantageous in covering multiple areas. When moving such at a direct front, right, left, and rear where you and your team are moving. This is why splitting your squad into different fire teams helps tremendously. Any element with 2 or more can execute what I call a react to contact, which moving in a formational movement is going to help you react to contact. Now, react to contact is simple. Say you have 4 people for this example. We'll put 2 in Alpha team and 2 in Bravo team. They're about 20 to 30 meters apart. You have one team, Alpha team, that is the lead or point element, and Bravo team that is the trailing element. Alpha team takes contact from somewhere and they drop down to return fire, or they run to the nearest hard cover. Since Bravo team is far enough away from the enemy, they haven't been seen. Bravo team is now able to get some information from Alpha team on where the enemy is located. Alpha team will suppress the enemy position while Bravo team flanks to the side of the enemy position, and you essentially create this L shape where you have Alpha team becomes your support by fire, where they are putting down suppression on the enemy, and Bravo team will push across the objective and take out the enemy. Now, communication is key here because it helps significantly mitigate teammates from being killed by friendly fire. Alpha team's best option is to create a talking gun scenario to conserve ammunition. So as someone stops firing, the other person will fire. This frees up reloading opportunities and it keeps constant suppression on the enemy position. This doesn't just work for a react to contact, it works for breaking contact. Let's say you're taking too much fire and you are not able to take that fight on. This will work very well for you as well. Everyone running away from situations without putting any suppression on the enemy is a sure way fire of losing the fight. Now, say Alpha team takes contact and Bravo team can run up and get on line with them, or they're all on a line together, where they're all able to put down some suppressing fire. What that allows it is that Alpha team is then able to what we call bound or move backwards to hard cover. And once they get to that hard cover, they'll let Bravo team know that they are set. Alpha team will then begin putting suppressing fire down for Bravo, and Bravo will run back to further position back, and you basically are just coming back together, and you can either go past them or you can set online with them. There's different ways to go about doing that, but the best way to do it is to find hard cover as you're falling back and getting that suppression down on the enemy. The key is to let each other know when you are set and when you are able to move. Now, smoke grenades, and depending how close you are, frag grenades are a great way to break that contact as well. Frags make the enemy move their position, and that smoke gives you that proper concealment. Now, this doesn't just work for falling back, but pushing the enemy as well with the exact same type of way. Same principles apply, just moving forward. The next one that I love to use is sills. Stop, look, and listen. Now, the S at the very end of sills is smell. We don't have smell in games. South Park did come out with a little thing where it's like a smellerator you put on your face, and every time you farted in the game, you could smell fart. We don't have anything that quite does that in this game. So moving from one position to another creates opportunities for not only you, but the enemy. So whenever I am moving from one position to another, I always implement sills. The first is stop. Stop where you are at and don't move. This allows you to look, the next L, around and see if you see any movement. Movement of enemies, friendlies, vehicles, things like that. The next L allows you to listen for any movement, communication, vehicle noises, VoIP, things like that. Rather than sprinting all around, many tactical FPS games do rely on that sound. Utilize this to scan your areas that you're going to, that you arrive to, and where you just came from, rather than running around with a chicken with its head cut off. The last thing I'll leave with you is the 3 to 5 second rush. Now, I'm up, they see me, I'm down. That's what you say when you are running. You get up from a prone position, they see me, I'm down again, laying down. I can't tell you how many times I do this in games when I'm taking significant heavy suppression. In games like Hell Let Loose, the suppression system is crazy feeling. Rather than sprinting entirely in the open, this allows you to break up that silhouette and not allow the enemy an easy opportunity to shoot you. Now on the flip side, if you are seeing somebody do this, let's say you're a sniper, you've got a good ranged optic on there, stick to one target that is doing something like this rather than going between the two and bouncing back because they're moving. Stick to one. That way you've got an accurate picture and shot, and it'll be easy to take them out. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. These are my top quick tips on improving your gameplay in a tactical first-person shooter. Many of these things I learned in the military, and surprisingly, their application works extremely well. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you use. If you use anything different that I haven't talked about, let me know in the comments below. We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sundays, typically 7:30 p.m. Central Time over at twitch.tv/SergeantMadmax. We hope to see you there. If not, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you, everybody.
I get the shivers whenever I'm thinking about you.